it's time for another video from Britt Cherie. That's me. How are you guys doing today? Sorry for the terrible intro. It's really hard to come up with good intros, like for realsies. So, yeah, let's talk about some Laura Mercier today. Hey guys, what's up? Thank you so much. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, or if it's not your first time here, if it's your 50th time here, hit that like and subscribe button, please. I would greatly appreciate it. And it'll let you know when I come out with new videos if you hit that little bell on YouTube. So, we're going to be talking about some Laura Mercier today. And I'm super excited. So, I have never tried a Laura Mercier foundation. I have tried her tinted moisturizer, and of course, we always use her setting powder, like every day, because it's the best. So I do have her translucent setting powder that I use all the time. But today we are going to be trying out the Laura Mercier foundation primer, which I've never tried. And we are also going to be doing the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation, which I'm pretty sure I got in the wrong color. So yay, time to be orange. But I want to try out the formula. So this foundation primer says, just as a painter primes a canvas, foundation primer, the original, was created by Laura Mercier in 1995 to prime the skin. It says it's lightweight, vitamin rich, it's a gel, so that'll be interesting. Preps the skin, creates an even invisible layer that acts as a buffer, visibly smoothing. Yeah, so we'll see. It says it's good for all skin types, which is really nice. I don't see any dimethicone, so I don't really know how it's going to visibly smooth skin if there's no dimethicone. Sorry we're so close today. I really wanted you guys to see what this was all about and how it goes on my face. So let's try this gel primer that's supposed to smooth. Let's see what it looks like. So it looks kind of like a lotion. That's what it looks like. It feels really hydrating. It doesn't feel like it's going to smooth my skin. It feels like it's going to really hydrate my skin. I'm not sure how that's going to smooth, but it feels like it'll hydrate and possibly plump. Yeah, it feels like water, like a water lotion, like if you mix lotion with water, like a water. It's not exactly a gel, it doesn't feel like, but like a really silky, watery, hydrating lotion. That's what it feels like. It does dry down pretty quickly. It does feel, it leaves the skin a little tacky. It does feel a little bit oily, but not like oily like dimethicone, like it doesn't feel like silicone at all. But it does feel a little greasy almost. Maybe that's so that the makeup can stick to you. I don't know. Okay, so that's the primer. I'm not sure if it smoothed anything. It doesn't really look like it smoothed anything. It just looks like it hydrated. So there's that. I mean, I'm not saying it's bad. I don't know yet. I haven't put anything over it, but yeah, so that's the tea on that. So we're going to go in with the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. This says it is Laura's longest wearing foundation, seamlessly fuses to skin with a weightless second layer. Okay, so what we're going to do with this, since it's a medium to full coverage, is we're going to do one side of our face with a brush, and we'll do one side of our face with a sponge. See how that, I'm going to shake it just on the thick side. So this is what it looks like. This is what the component looks like. It's a frosted glass bottle with a matte black cap, and it does have a pump. So I'm pretty sure this is not my shade. Pretty sure it's a little dark. Come out of the pump. So yeah, this is going to be a little tan for me, but we're going to try it. We're going to make it work. We're going to really be testing the formula is what I really want to test right now. I'm like the most terrible at choosing my correct foundation shade.
So bad at it.
It's so hard because I'm so fair that sometimes there's not a light enough shade for me. It's ridiculous. yeah, so sometimes even their lightest shade is too tan on my skin. And it's a conundrum is what it is. So we're gonna try this. Let's go in with a brush first. We'll do this side of our face with a brush, and we'll see how it goes. So, oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be too tan for me, but it doesn't look like you need a lot on the brush. Actually, I put a lot on this brush, but I don't think you need that much. I love having a fake, like a spray tan, because I don't naturally tan, ever. So I've definitely gotten spray tans before, like when I got married, prom, you know, things like that, girly things like that. And this is about the color I am with a spray tan. Look at how it has covered up my freckles, which I tend to do most of the time. I think those freckle pens are ridiculous, because it's like you always want what you don't have, but when you have freckles, you don't want them. You want to cover them up. So, but look at this coverage. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is obviously my wrong shade. It is the shade I would be with a spray tan, like I said, but it is absolutely beautiful. It doesn't look drying at all. It is absolutely medium to full coverage. It covers up my freckles. It covers up all of this red blotchiness, my uneven skin tone. It doesn't look drying. It doesn't look cakey so far. Oh my gosh, I am really excited, you guys. I really like this foundation. So we're gonna go in and see how it covers on the other side with a sponge. So I have my Real Techniques beauty blender. And we're gonna go in and see how this covers with a sponge. So it's supposed to be matte, which it definitely is, but I'm wondering if it'll give you less coverage with a sponge, if it'll be a little more natural looking, a little more dewy. Yeah, so I almost prefer, because it's a more of a medium coverage when you use a sponge, and it looks a little more, as you can see, this one looks a little more heavy, it looks a little more matte, but when you use a sponge, it looks a little more natural, still a little dewy. So it depends on what you're going for. If you want more full coverage, I would definitely use, I have a hair on my sponge somewhere. If you're going for more full coverage, I would definitely use a brush. If you want more of a natural medium coverage with a little bit of dewiness still, I would use your sponge. Which side do you guys like better? This is with the brush, and this is with the sponge. I'm gonna go in over this side. Just tap my sponge a little bit, pick up some of that excess, especially around my hairline. And then I'm going to go in, I'm going to put a little more on this side because I put a lot more on this side. And we'll see if we can kind of match them. I really, really like this foundation though, so far. I don't know how it wears, but first impressions, it's pretty baller. I don't see it caking, which is good for especially someone with really dry skin. Usually full coverage foundations will cake all over me.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, you guys, this foundation's pretty legit. I mean, what else did we really expect from Laura Mercier? But I'm just saying, I wasn't sure how it was gonna go. And I am really liking it. This is what that foundation looks like. Again, this is the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation. And this is in the shade 2C1 Ecru. And it is gorgeous, you guys. Obviously, it's a different color than what I am actually. This is what I look like with a spray tan. But it's really pretty. I really like the way it lays down. Who is calling me? Hello? Hi, Faja. I'm doing a video.
Oh, okay. Well, do your video, sweetie. Call me when you're done.
All right, love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Parents. So I really like the way this lays down. I'm going to lightly dust it with some Laura Mercier translucent powder. So we're gonna go ahead and do a light dusting of the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And I'm gonna do a very light, I don't bake or anything like that. I know it's like a big thing right now, but I don't do it because my skin is already so dry. So I literally just do a very, very light dusting just to set my makeup. And that's that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this foundation? First impressions, I'm really, really liking it. Like a lot. I think it is matte. You can use a concealer to brighten. Excuse me. It does stick a little bit on your drier areas. But again, if you are someone that has dry skin, most full coverage or medium to full coverage foundations are going to do that. So you just need to make sure that you moisturize. And you might not even set it. Like really, if you have really dry skin, you don't technically need to really super set your face. Like tiny, tiny bit. Sometimes some people just set their concealer under their eyes so it doesn't crease. I really, really like this foundation. I think it's a really good formula. It's not, I know you'll see me do that a lot. It's because if it's especially a full coverage foundation, I want to make sure I can move my face. I want to make sure that it's not setting in all of my creases. I want to make sure that it's not constricting the movement of my face at all, that it doesn't feel heavy. This doesn't feel heavy at all. You can definitely tell there's something on your face more than just like a moisturizer, but it's not heavy. And it's just a little tiny bit drying. It's really not that bad. It's really not. So, I mean, this is what, like $40 to $45, somewhere in that price range. I definitely think for the coverage and the look that you're getting, I definitely think it's worth the price point. I like it. I'll use it again. The foundation primer, it's not my favorite foundation primer that I've ever used. Is it fine? Yes, but is it worth the price point? I don't necessarily think so. I think that you can find comparable foundation primers or primers in general for much less. Like you can find some drugstore ones that work just as well as this. I don't think that this is anything spectacular as well as formula goes, at least for me. But let me know if you guys like it or not, if you've tried it. But the foundation definitely, I think, is worth your money. I think it's a very good foundation. I think it looks beautiful. And again, this is just first impressions. So we'll see how it wears throughout the day. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you've tried this foundation. And if you have any questions, post them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today and testing out these products. I know they're not brand new, but I've never tried them. So thank you for being here. Again, please hit that like and subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And I will see you guys next time.